What's good, everyone? It's MJO23 Dan. So here we have the Air Jordan 23 titanium colorway. The style number for it is 318474. Color code is 151. The shoe released on January 25, 2008, and it retailed for $230. There were only 23 pairs of the shoe along 23 of the top-selling Jordan brand accounts in the United States. There were 529 total in the United States and 529 pairs released internationally. So total, there were 1,058 worldwide. The shoe weighs at 15.5 ounces. The main designer of the shoe is Tinker Hatfield. The creative director of special projects is Mark Smith, and the senior developer of performance was Jeff Spanks. The designers wanted to approach this shoe from a considered aspect. Considered means produce less waste, use less toxic glues and chemicals. Mark Smith and Tinker Hatfield tagged alongside MJ while he was going on his trips in Europe. They observed MJ buying things, seeing what he did, and drawing inspiration from each. Handmade products in Milan, Argyle inspiration from a door in Berlin, and one in particular, architect designer Antoni Gaudi, which has his magnum opus, or the great work, called the La Sagrada. The Air Jordan 23 has a bunch of intricate detailing. Tinker had described that he wanted to shape it like a track spike that conformed to your foot. That track spike was later refined in the Air Jordan 28. Drawing other inspirations from previous models, the Air Jordan 14 had a finger inspiration near the toe. As you know, the Air Jordan 14 had two fingers, one on the lateral side and one on the medial side. A refined IPS system and a more lower profile shoe, which was first introduced in the Air Jordan 20. The upper is largely stitched and is also stitched to the outsole. The midsole is primarily a TPU cage, TPU meaning thermoplastic urethane. Drawing inspiration from the considered aspect, Mark Smith had tried to remove materials by lasering the top of the tongue. Embroidery will always add materials, so by lasering the top of the tongue you remove materials, making the shoe lighter. Also, there are two tabs atop the tongue, which holds the tongue in place and keeps it secure, kind of like a paper clip. The fin on the back, instead of a standard loop or a pull tab, help to hold the material together out rather than in. There's also a dual density foam collar for comfort and fit. Every colorway of the Air Jordan 23 has two different colors than the liner. There was originally supposed to be mesh for the inner for breathability, but material wasn't considered. Instead of a polyester mesh foam, it was a recycled content polyester. Near the heel, you have topaz crystals. Topaz crystal marks the anniversary stone for 23 years, so it's only appropriate to add it to the back of the shoe. For air, you have an 8mm full-length zoom airbag, along with the IPS pods. The outsole is all one color, so the purpose of that was to reduce waste. On the midfoot, you have carbon fiber plate with an adhesive film. It's non-solvent and it's put into the TPU midfoot chassis and injected around the plate. I hope you guys have learned more about the Air Jordan 23 and all of its detailing inspiration. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. This is MJO23 Dan. I'll catch you guys on the next vid.